All right, guys. There we go. All right, can everyone see? Perfect. Where's Kathleen? I need to find her. There she is. Did you like the picture I picked? Seriously, that's like one of my favorites. All right, guys. So welcome to the team call. I'm going to go through a couple announcements here before we get started. We actually have a special guest with us tonight, and we have Kathleen Petulla. She is a 5-star Diamond 2014 Premier Coach, and she's going to be talking to us today about creating a posting formula for social media. So she is going to go into detail with that. But before I have her talk, guys, can you make sure you have yourselves muted? All right, cool. I'm going to go over our shout outs and just a few things right before she gets started. So we have a couple new rank advancements this week. Oh, Megan, girl, you're on. I need to know how to say your last name because I think I say it every time. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me guess. DiMariano?
DiMariano.
Yeah. Are you Italian?
My husband's family is, yes.
Is that what it is? Okay. DiMariano.
Yeah, I literally just walked through the door, so sorry.
No, you are good, but I literally say your last name wrong every time, and I talk
That's
to
all right. I'm so used to it at this point, yeah.
All right, awesome. So our newest rank advancements are Megan DiMariano and Samantha Malik are our newest Emeralds, and I do not have like a huge announcement on here that Beth Bird is officially 1-star qualifying. It did not show up in my back office, so I apologize, Beth. I am so sorry, but I did give her a nice big shout out on my wall today. So she is our newest 1-star Diamond qualifying coach, and I'm really, really excited because she is growing an awesome team. And we have a few top producers here. So at the very top, we have Lauren Penrose at 645, Megan Blinka at 612, Jamie Woolfolk at 557, Maria Brensler, I totally spelled your name wrong, I'm sorry, at 510, Andrea Youngblood at 412, Caitlin Joshak at 389, Michael Gowan at 389, Stacy Taylor at 330, Wendy Stewart at 324, and Misty Valentine at 310. Way to go, guys. All right, and then we have our Success Club points. And I know it's only the 10th. We still have plenty of time to go, but I do want to give a huge shout out to all of these coaches who are already on the leaderboards and kicking major butt. I know this is a little bit of a tough month. Honestly, I'm just going to throw it out there and be completely honest. I'm having a tough time this month. But what I realized is, think of the people that you invite. Think of how many you invite daily. If you're struggling, you have to double it. You have to invite more than you did before if you want to get to your goal. So it's going to take a little bit more sacrificing, pushing a little bit harder to get to your goals. So huge congratulations to Megan Blinka, who is at Success Club 9, and Kelly Doherty at Success Club 6, Tara Lorson at Success Club 6, and Tess Adkins at Success Club 6. And we have a whole bunch of coaches that are almost there. So very, very good job, guys. You're right where you need to be, on your way to the top for the month. If you guys are wondering how to get to Success Club, I know there's new coaches always coming on the calls. So Success Club is a recognition that Beachbody gives us just to show that we are changing lives, that we are growing a business, that we're growing a team, and adding new people every month to join us on this amazing journey. So if you're wondering how you get Success Club points, you get 2 points for every challenge pack that is from a coach or a customer sign up. You get 2 points max per person. So if someone signs up with a challenge pack, you're not going to get those points again for the next month. It just stays at 2. All right. And then you get 1 point for every Shakeology and Home Direct order that is placed through you. If it's a regular Shakeology order times 1, you do not get any Success Club points. Again, max 2 points per person every month it starts over. That's why we say help 3 people every month if you want to hit the minimum of Success Club 5. All right. And then One thing that I always say, if you're working your business and you're trying to grow and you're trying to build financial freedom for yourself, for your family, Success Club 5 should be non-negotiable. All right, 3 people every single month. That if that's 3 challenge packs, that's 2, 2, and 2. That'll get you to 6, and that will help you hit your goal. All right, I want to give a huge shout out to a few coaches who are on their way to getting their free ticket to Summit. So in their first month of coaching, hold on. Gotcha, Tabitha. I saw you right away. In the first month, we have Natalie Huggins, Kayla Mays, Brandy Patton. Oh my gosh. Is it Rachel or Rochelle? Because I talk to you all the time too. Padoka, what are you? Hold on. Let's say it again. Oh, you're out. There you go. Can you? I can't hear you. Is your volume up? Is it Rachel? Rochelle. Dude, I call you both names, and I am so sorry, Rochelle. I will never forget it again. And I talk to you all the time. All right, perfect. Because if we would talk, I'd just say, hey. All right, cool, Rochelle. And then for the coaches who have already hit in 2 months in a row, you are well on your way. Jordan Moran and Melissa Gosper. You only need to hit one more time, and you got your free ticket to Summit. Yay! I see Jordan right there. Keep up the amazing work. You're almost there. All right, and then I want to give another shout out because we have some new Success Club 5 legends in the house. Lauren Penrose and Alicia Smith are our newest Success Club 5 legends. What does this mean? Success Club 5 All-Star is when you hit Success Club 5 for 12 consecutive months, and Success Club Legend is you double that. So they have both hit Success Club 5 24 months in a row. Like, these people are building a business, they are building a team, and they are rocking it, and they are making Success Club 5 non-negotiable. Hence, they're growing an awesome business, and they are going to the top. So, Alicia, I see you. Congratulations. All right, let me see here. Monthly promotions, if you guys have not heard yet, PIO Challenge Pack is on sale for $140. It's regular $160. Also, the 3-day refresh challenge pack is on sale for $140, regular $160. 3-day refresh is a perfect way to get people started if they don't want a workout program or if they really need help from the holidays to get them back on track with their nutrition. And then the PIO Kickstart includes the 3-day refresh. It's the Kickstart challenge pack on sale for $180, and it's regular $205. And for everyone who hits Success Club 5 this month, has a chance to win the P90X base kit, P90X 2 base kit, and P90X Plus series, which is a retail value of $299. That is like pretty flipping awesome. I don't think we've ever had such a big prize before. And if you don't want them, you can always use it as giveaways for your challengers or for coaches. So you can always put those into good use. All right, next we have our team upcoming groups. So our Push to Diamond actually just started on the 8th. So we have 71 people in that pushing for diamond or above, which is craziness. That just shows how awesome this team is. It's really growing. But I'm really excited because this is more of an accountability because I want to make sure that you guys are getting into the habits of using those 3 vital behaviors. And just getting more into that leadership position. I know I call it a push, but it's more of pushing to gain habits to get those daily activities in for your business. Next, we have the 5-day sneak peek into Beachbody coaching. Mine is going to be starting September 21st. If you're a brand new coach and this is your first month or 2 into coaching, please feel free to join my sneak peek. If you have been a coach for a while and you are building your own team and you have other coaches that are going to be working the business with you, I highly suggest that you team up with them or another coach who is working the business and do a sneak peek with them so your potentials can see you making the videos and can see you as a leader. And feel free to use my sneak peek videos. I have a couple different diamond coaches who have done them with me. You can always look at those videos and create your own off of that information, but it would be a great idea for you to start putting yourself out there and making those videos yourself. And then next, I know I was going back and forth with the Coach Basics. So we have our team website, and that's where our coach training is in the Forever Fit Academy, 21 days long. For the past 2 months, I have not done a Coach Basics because I just refer everyone to the Forever Fit Academy, and then I do my weekly calls with my new coaches and follow up with them that way. But I do miss the whole group so they can get to know each other. So if there are new coaches and you do not have a Coach Basics yourself that you're running, feel free to join mine. We are going to do another one because I just want to compare the two and see how it is, and just have a little group interaction. So that will be starting October 5th. So it's a great time for people to go into the sneak peek and then have something to invite them into. All right, I think that's all I have here. The last thing that I want to talk about real quick, guys, I really hate doing this, but I have to admit that I make a whole lot of mistakes. So I know some of you probably heard if you were in our Push to Diamond group, I have made a huge mistake in my business. And I want to share this with you because I want you to learn from my mistakes and experiences, and hopefully you will not make the same mistake that I do. So as I had coaches signing up with me, I had a few of them who were a coach at one time, and they canceled their account and they wanted to get started with me. And I think most of you know the policy is when you cancel, you must quit for 6 months before you can re-sign up. Some of these coaches wanted to get started sooner rather than later, so I went ahead and signed them up under me, and we signed them up under their husband, and they were going to switch back over when their 6 months was up. I heard that has happened. People would just switch back over. Now, if there wasn't a real issue, I would not suggest, oh, we'll just sign up under me and cancel your current coach. We don't do that. But like one coach only had a week left before she could have just signed back up herself. And she had people that wanted to sign up with her. So we went ahead and got her signed up. And now it's like, oh, they're not letting her sign back up. I also have a diamond coach who could be signing up in October back under her name, and now she is not able to because we made that mistake. So just for your information, for the future reference, if you guys have a coach that was under a coach at one time, make them wait 6 months. Let them be a customer under you for 6 months before they re-sign back up, because it is going to save you a lot of trouble in the long run. I had no intentions of trying to mess up anyone's business or harming anyone. It was simply they were already canceled and they wanted to sign back up sooner rather than later. But at this point, after I have experienced this myself, I realize that it is, if they really want to work the business, they'll wait 6 months and they'll be a customer in the meantime. So if you guys want more information on that, you can go to the FAQs. It's 1518. And just realize that if they are a coach at one time, you cannot buy a business center or transfer your name into another business center at any time if you were a coach. Now, if you were a coach at one time and you cancel, you can wait 6 months and re-sign up under somebody else. But if it's before the 6 months, do not try signing up under someone else and then switch it over into someone else's name. Does that make sense? Okay. Can they still be in our challenge group? You can accept anyone into your challenge group. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, I do make them be a customer under me if they're going to be in my challenge group. Unless there is something going on that they've had a very bad experience with their coach, I'm not going to stop them from reaching their fitness goals and not give them support. So, yeah. But that was my mistake, and I learned from it the hard way, and I just hope that I can, just another thing that I can teach you guys so you don't make the same mistake. Cool. All right. Does anyone have any questions? All right. So now we are going to hear from Kathleen. So Kathleen is actually a coach under Alyssa Showmaker. And Kathleen, you have been a coach for 2 years. I'm going to unmute you.
Yes, 2 years. Yep.
2 years. And you have 2 boys?
3.
3. Okay. So I was looking at your pictures and I'm like, I see 2 boys. I swear she had 3, but I only see 2 all the time. Where's the other one?
They look a lot alike, so it's probably just you're seeing 3, but it looks like 2.
All right. How old are they?
7? Second grade, kindergarten, and preschool. So 7 right now, 7, 6, and 3. Just had a birthday. Yes.
Awesome. All right. And as I said, she is a 5-star. She was a 2014 Premier Coach. Will be elite this year. Yay!
Yes.
You have your points?
I'm on my way. I don't have them secured yet, so
almost.
You know.
You'll be good. You'll be good. But she has grown an amazing team. So we are going to let her go ahead and introduce herself and give us some great information. So I'm going to let you go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to try and screen share here. Let's see if this works. Okay, and do like that. Okay, you guys can see that? Yes? Yes. Okay, good. So first of all, thank you so much for having me on the call. It's really an honor because I have been able to see Deidre kind of from her beginning. I didn't sign too long after her, and it's really cool to see people flourish and be successful and kind of find themselves through this business. And I know that she has an amazing team with all of you, so I'm really excited to be here. So I'm going to start first just to introduce myself a little more to you. I started out like most people do, I think, or at least a lot of stories that I've heard. I had, after my 3rd son, I had a tough pregnancy, gained a lot of weight. I couldn't seem to get it off. I started exercising. It helped me get a little bit of the weight off, but it just wasn't, I was plateauing and I wasn't able to button my pants. It was really frustrating. And I actually, Alyssa and I were in a mom's club together. We were kind of acquaintances in a mom's club. And it was actually before she even started with Beachbody, she had been posting some stuff about working out. And I was like, how are you doing that with 3 children? I can't seem to find time for anything, let alone exercising. So shortly thereafter, she became a coach. And it took me 4 months to sign on for anything because I just couldn't justify spending money, and all the excuses that I hear I probably gave. But what actually was the one that pulled me in was I was training for a half marathon and I knew that my nutrition was off, and figured that must be the missing piece for me. So my first experience with Beachbody was actually Alyssa put me in Melanie's 30-day clean eating and Shakeology group. And I also gave all the excuses for that as well, not being a shake person and blah, blah, blah. And I just was at a point where I was like, I got to try something. So I tried that. And of course, it did work for me. And I started losing the weight that I couldn't get off. And it was really wonderful and eye-opening. And I loved the group experience. And so I decided at that point that I wanted to keep going. And I enrolled into another challenge group and I became a coach at the same time. So that's kind of my physical transformation story, but that's not really why I became a coach. I mean, I think it's amazing, but fitness is not my passion. I'm going to be totally honest with you. But of course, my kids are part of my passion, and my background, I want to tell you about that a little bit more for a second. So I'm a social worker by profession, and I was working in oncology social work for 7 years. And I was a therapist prior to that, working in individual and school-based therapy with kids and families and stuff. But I was feeling some real significant burnout in my job. So I ran support groups for people living with cancer. I worked a lot with kids who had a family member with a diagnosis. And then I also ran some adult groups for people living with cancer. And I was running a group prior to becoming a coach, or as I was becoming a coach, I guess I was running a support group with all the people in the group had a cancer diagnosis, and most of them were terminal, and it was really, really taking a toll on me. There was one particular person named Jennifer who had lung cancer, and she never smoked a day in her life, and a rare form of lung cancer. She had a son who was about the same age as my son, and her story just really some people's stories just really touch you in a way that you can never forget it. And so anyway, as we went on in the group, there were some things happening, and I was finding myself going home angry instead of going home and holding my children closer. I was finding myself pushing them away. And I thought, this is not working for me anymore. As important as I feel this work is, I just can't go home and not be present for my children. So I was in the mindset that I wanted to find something else, but I had no idea what it could be. Also at the same time, my oldest was starting kindergarten, and I was working 3 long days a week and every other Saturday at the time. And he was starting kindergarten, and I was going to start missing out on stuff. And the after school, before school, all those programs that I would have to put him in were actually going to cost more than the daycare. We knew when we had 3 and they were close together that we were going to have some financial strain, but we didn't realize it was going to continue on when they started school. So it was all the more reason. Some political things were happening at work too, and I just needed a break. I happened around the same time to read The 4-Hour Workweek. If you haven't read that, I think it's pretty amazing. Tim Ferriss, I like to call him Tim, like we know each other. Tim Ferriss and I got to know each other through this book. Anyway, it's just the idea that work doesn't have to be traditional 9 to 5, that there are other ways to live, other ways to work. And Beachbody came at the same time, and I thought, it's all coming together for me. I have to do this. So I actually quit my job. I resigned from my job before I had the income coming in from Beachbody. So that was really a push for me to make this business work, because we're not living in a situation where we can be a one-income family. My husband has a nice job, but it's not a job that we had planned on living on one income with. So that was kind of the push for me, and that's kind of how I got started in this business, and what my direction is. So having said that, we were going to talk tonight about a posting formula. So I heard a million times over that, you should post on social media 3 to 5 times a day. And I think that comes naturally to some people, but not to me. What does that mean? And what are you supposed to post? And I came from a place of having, 100 friends on Facebook, and never posting. And, it was rare if I even liked somebody's stuff. And then you're supposed to post 3 to 5 times a day. What is that? And even 2 years into this business, I still don't feel comfortable posting. My from this background of having boundaries and all that stuff, sky high, because you don't share, and I don't share my own stuff in support groups. I only take in other people's stuff, right? So what we started doing this summer was we started coming up with what we're calling a posting formula. So what my team actually did was, anybody that was interested in this, we put into a separate group, and we decided that together, all of us together, I think there were 40 of us or something, that we were all going to promote. This was in June we did this. We were all going to promote the 21-day fix. And in order to do that, we answered these 3 questions. And I also was working with somebody outside of Beachbody who has some marketing experience. So this isn't my ideas entirely, but anyway, so basically these are the 3 things to think about. And what we did was we actually did all this in the group before we started using them. So the 3 things to think about were, what are the benefits of whatever we want to promote? What does it actually do? And thankfully, Beachbody actually provides the answer to this. So we don't have to recreate this. They spend their millions of dollars letting people know what the benefits of their programs are, or their products. What do those benefits actually mean? And then how have you personally experienced the benefits of whatever? So like I said, we actually started with the 21-day fix, but maybe you can see from this formula that you could plug anything into that. You could plug in, what are the benefits of size? What are the benefits of Shakeology? What are the benefits of challenge groups? Whatever. But as long as you kind of put this formula together, then you can see that you can come up with the marketing strategy. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through what we did. So what are the benefits of the 21-day fix? What does it actually do? Well, thankfully, again, Beachbody came up with this concept for us. We don't have to reinvent anything. So basically, the 21-day fix is simple fitness, simple eating, fast results. That's what the benefits of the 21-day fix are in a nutshell. What do the benefits of the 21-day fix actually mean? Well, for me, it means that I don't believe in quick fixes, but you can lose the weight, get healthy, and maintain these results, and they can be fast but lasting. And then carrying that further, here's why. And so that's how we kind of roll into how have you experienced the benefits of the 21-day fix. Now, what my team did on this in this group that we started is we actually started with a post, what does the 21-day fix mean for you? And then every person commented right in a chain, what does the 21-day fix do for you? So I'm going to give you some of my examples of when I was kind of brainstorming how what it means to me, right? So these are some of the things that I put in my comments when I was brainstorming this out. That I thought I was eating relatively healthy, but my portions were way off. That I knew I needed to change, but I didn't know how to start. That I wanted somebody to tell me what to do, and this was a program that actually told me what to do. That I was snacking, mindlessly snacking, and this was a way to kind of get on that. That before dinner time, as a working mom, I was so stressed. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what to feed everybody, and this gave me an idea of what to feed people. So you can kind of get the concept. It's like I had a problem, and this fixed it. But anyway, so we just brainstormed together and came up with tons of ideas of how we experience the benefits of the 21-day fix. And even if you didn't personally do the program, you could use these other people's problems and solutions for your own posting. Okay, so once we did that, so we walked through all this process together, our whole team did that. We came up with what we called an intro post. And this is something that is what's going to help move forward with your challenge group, which is the ultimate goal, right? To get people into buying the 21-day fix challenge pack and into your challenge group. So the things that need to be included in this intro post, and by the way, this would be, the intro post would happen about 2 weeks before your actual challenge group starts. So the intro post, so we planned our group, I can't remember the dates now, but I want to say we planned our group to happen around the late June, like the 22nd maybe or something like that. So this was a teeny bit off the 14-day mark, but we were trying to pull things together. So anyway, so what you want in the intro post are to say the benefits, what they mean, how you experience them personally, and then a call to action. So this was my intro post. The 21-day simple summer fix, that's what we called the challenge group. Simple fitness, simple eating, fast results. And then I said, listen, when it comes to weight loss, I don't believe in quick fixes, but the 21-day fix is different. Yes, in the last group, some lost up to 10 pounds and 8 inches. Amazing. But more than that, the 21-day fix takes the guesswork and stress out of what could be for dinner for you and your family. Fast results and lasting results made simple. In 21 days, you will know exactly what to eat and how much with simple recipes and perfectly portioned color-coded containers. You won't have to sacrifice convenience or satisfaction. You will simply eat feel good foods that you can feel good about while beginning to move your body. The secret sauce is that as you practice a few simple principles over 21 days with the support and accountability of an online group, you will see results while developing new, healthier habit that you can maintain after the 21 days are over. Combine this eating plan that even leaves room in the menu for chocolate and wine with one 30-minute workout a day, and you will see results. I know because making these simple changes to my food is what helped me lose 20 pounds and keep it off 2 years later. That's all. It's that simple. To begin, comment below with your email address or send me a message. Registration for the 21 Days Simple Summer Fix group ends on the 24th. Anyway, so you can see it's a little bit more commercially than maybe some of the other posting, but all it is trying to set up what's going to happen over the course of the next 2 weeks. So what we did next was created what we call pull-through posts. And these are the posts that are supporting that intro post. So hopefully, Facebook is funny, and how many people actually see, there's some small percentage, how many people actually would have seen that first post and understand that that was the first of many. But the point being that for somebody like me who's uncomfortable posting, it's not coming naturally to me, having this idea of what to post and what things to post after following that kind of a post was huge. And because, like attracts like, it was huge for my team as well. So what we did was we took all those things that we listed out as benefits, and what the things I was just reading to you, I thought I was eating healthy, like all those comments, the problems and solutions or whatever, those became what we called our pull-through posts. So every day, different times a day, I just kind of picked one of those already written statements and I made a post about it. And then in our group, we would see what each other was posting, be like, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that really, I can relate to that or whatever. And we kind of use each other's ideas to create these pull through posts. So the key in these posts are to reference the program in some way, reference that the group is forming and that there's an order deadline, and then to choose one of those statements, simple fitness, simple eating, fast results, and tell how it related to you personally. So this is one example of one of my pull through posts. That's my little guy, Cameron, eating an apple. And it says, dinner time as a working mom was stress city. I had no plan. I felt like I had no time. And that meant dinner was often frozen pizzas, hot dogs, or spaghetti every night. But it doesn't have to be like that, even with the crazy busy schedule. The 21-day fix makes meal planning simple. I've learned some go-to recipes I can make that are easy and healthy, or I can even make them ahead of time and I don't have to rely on processed crap anymore. Simple recipes, simple meal plans, simple food we can feed our families and feel good about. My 21-day fix simple summer fix group is forming now. Comment below with your email, send me a message. So anyway, so there were lots of other posts that were kind of like that, just drawing from those, the benefits that we kind of listed out together. So when you're trying to write those, I mean, it's very helpful to me to have a person in mind. And some people say you should write to yourself before you got started. I don't find that method as useful to me. Some people can use that and it's very meaningful. To me, I don't know why that doesn't work so well. But what does work for me is picking out a specific person. So this has happened to me more than once, and it's so weird the way the universe works, right? So I have seen people on my timeline, and for whatever reason, I wanted to post one of the pictures that inspired me, but I didn't want to call anybody out. But anyway, I saw this picture of this mom and her kids, and she was kind of hiding. You know, you could tell she didn't really want to be in front of the camera or whatever. And I sort of had her in my head when I was doing some of the posting. And it makes it so much easier because then you don't feel like you're posting to the masses. You feel like you're posting to her. And then if she sees it, then you know, that's awesome. And maybe but if somebody else sees it, cool too. But so that's the way I like to think of it. Like I'm posting to that person. But anyway, there's other methods out there. Maybe you've heard of them, posting to like a made up person. So maybe you create a person in your head, you know, Susie, who is whatever, 30 something years old and has 2 kids and whatever, wants to lose 20 pounds, blah, blah, blah. You could create, you know, post to Susie. So whatever works for you, but I find it helpful to be posting to a specific person, and it feels more like a conversation. And then, so then the follow through. So you get people interested, and what's the next step? So these are the tips that the marketing person I was working with was helping me with. And that's just to keep it simple, to keep to the point that you know it works because it worked for you, to open doors and let them walk through rather than push them through the door. And when you've said what you need to say, stop talking. I like that one. And then just close the deal and sign them up. And I don't know. This pictures really speaks to me because I feel like I do the top thing way more often than just the simple. Like, you know, with my social work background, I can't tell you the number of people that I've had deep, meaningful conversations with who don't end up buying anything. And I feel like it's because it's too much. There's too much to go back and forth. There's too much talking. And sometimes I just need to stop the talking. This is a different kind of business. And we need to just go for the simple deal. So here's a little bit more specifically about the follow-up formula that we were trying to use. And that was to say something, thanking them for their interest, to reiterate with them that it's a simple program, say it works with real or meaningful results, like I lost 20 pounds, or I blah, 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 something that's true for you. And then give them the link to order and talk briefly about the group. And if they have questions, to talk, and that's it. And kind of cut out was the lesson that I was trying to learn, try and cut out the back and forth a million times over. And I don't know if everybody does that, but it's a habit that's really hard for me to not continue with, because I really sympathize with people and I really want them to feel like they're heard. But that's not to say you can't do that, but you can, in this business, make it go a little quicker than I was doing. So this is kind of my call to action for you. Is, you know, I don't know how you guys run your groups, if you run them together or not, or maybe you run them in teams or whatever, but it could be helpful either yourself or to team up with somebody else to go through these questions, because it really helps. I know it did for my team. So many people don't know what to post, or and still true for me, how to post about something one time and then keep posting about it, because people need to hear about it multiple times. How do you keep doing that without like just saying the same things over and over again? Well, if you can make a list out of what we call the pull-through post, if you can make a list of the different things that brought you benefits from the program yourself, then those become your posts, and it's really helpful. So I want to say that we have by no means perfected this, but what I want to say is that it's always going to be a work in progress. So what we actually took notes after the month, it was the month of June that we did this. We took some notes and decided like this worked, that didn't work. Maybe we came off too salesy on this, whatever. And that's awesome, because it just keeps the dialogue going and it keeps building confidence. And especially for coaches who are like me, not comfortable posting on Facebook, it gives us some way to build some confidence about it. Try it, figure out that we got a lot of traction on this post and nothing on that post. So maybe that was good for that or whatever. So anyway, so just jump in, try it, adjust it, and then keep going is kind of what I want to say about that. So that's pretty much all I have. Let me just exit my little stop share. There we go. And that's it.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. I think this honestly helps everyone, because we all kind of, at one point or another, we all kind of struggle, and we're like, all right, what do I post? Who am I trying to talk to? And I love that you talked about, who are you posting to? I am the same way you are. I like to talk to a real person. So this is what I usually do, is I am talking to my potentials, people that I'm already in conversation with. And I usually make my posts according to what their objections are. That way I can kind of answer them in a post. So, a lot of times I have my potentials come back and say, I feel like that post was meant for me. And I'm like, it kind of was. But it seems to help a lot, rather than, just not making the post meaningful, putting a little creativity and meaning behind it. It helps so much. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I was just thinking today that it could be really helpful, instead of doing like the 3 posts, because I'm really still trying to master this myself, I got to tell you, but instead of doing like a motivation one, a nutrition one, and a fitness one, I was thinking maybe the post should be directed at like potential customer post, a current challenger post, and like a potential coach post. Like, so you're actually speaking directly to those 3 people, because you want to keep your challengers going. Anyway, I just was thinking that through today. Because the idea is that if you can come up with the formula that works, you could plug any program, promotion, whatever into the formula, and make it a ton easier and duplicatable.
I agree. And I honestly sometimes struggle with that too. And sometimes it's, on what I read or listen to personal development wise, is when I come up with something. But yeah, sometimes it gets tough, and it's like, you don't want to overwhelm people. You don't want to talk about the same thing all the time. You want to make sure you're giving the right information. So yeah, I really, really liked it, because you want to make sure that you're not having like word vomit, but you want to get just enough information that they want more. So I love it. Does anybody have questions for her? Come on. Someone ask. All right, so everyone is like 110% good with doing their post. Yeah, I took a lot of notes too. Is that Megan? Yeah, I took a bunch of notes, and I used my highlighter too. It was really, really helpful. Oh my gosh.
I have a question.
Yeah, who wants to go?
Did somebody else talk? Who is talking?
There's 2 people.
Okay, I'll stop. Go ahead.
Okay, so my quick question, Kathleen, was it seemed like when you were talking, you totally run your groups with your team, which I think is awesome. Do you generally have a ton of people in your groups, or how do you keep them small enough to get everyone participating without them feeling overwhelmed. Like sometimes if our groups get too big, like the challenge groups, sometimes the participants get, like they won't post because it's too big. Do you have that problem or no?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we actually just had the same start date. So a lot of my diamonds do run their own groups with their coaches. And I got to say, coming from my background, I really do not prefer to have a ton of coaches in a group. I personally think a good group size is like 4 to 8. I know some people think like 20 is a good size, but that's just my preference because I like to make it personal. So we collectively did this, but we broke it into different groups. So we didn't have a group of 40 coaches. I'm sorry. Thanks for clarifying that. Yes, that would be enormous.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Marky, and your hand cramp. Go ahead.
It really did. I like stopped mid-sentence. Like, no, I just have a question because I know that we're supposed to be posting a lot, but it's only supposed to be like, what, like 20% of it is supposed to be about Beachbody stuff, right? Is that what it is? Like when you start, like I know that like, obviously once I get like higher up, like people know that that's what I do and they keep the interest or whatever. But like I have a problem like not talking about working out and talking about coaching, and like I obviously post about my kids and stuff. Like I just don't know how to balance that.
Where did you learn that you're only supposed to post 20% Beachbody?
I heard it somewhere. Like it's not, all of our posts aren't supposed to be just about Beachbody. Like I wrote it down somewhere.
No, you do want a variety.
Deidre, this is Misty.
Hi.
It was in the coach. I got it in the back office. It was a slide that Lindsay Matway did. Not the back office on our team website. It was on a slide that Lindsay Matway did about challenge groups and stuff. It says that she only does 20% of her daily posts related to Beachbody.
So for me, fitness is not just Beachbody.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
lifestyle. So
Okay.
that's just
See,
my.
that's where I was getting confused.
It's gonna differ. Kathleen, do you want to give your input on that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess to each their own, and I don't think there's a secret magic. Personally, I don't think there's one secret magic formula that you could say for anybody. And if that's what worked for Lindsay, that's awesome. But I think if you're personally into fitness, I got to go with Deidre on that one. If that's your passion, then you got to post about that. Yeah, and I think if you were to try and plug in what we were just talking about with the posting formula, you could still post other things, but make them be about, like in this case, the 21-day fix without saying the 21-day fix. So you might want to, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example. Maybe you show you and your kid doing the workout, but you don't actually say which workout you're doing, or you know what I mean? I think I don't know about that 20%. I don't know what that is.
Okay. Because like every time that I would go to post, I'm like, crap, it's about me working out or like what I'm doing and all that stuff. And I'm like, is that not what I'm supposed to be doing?
Here's the thing. It's going to depend on the person. So if you think about it, okay, Lindsay has her own way of her own style, I guess. And she's not all about working out. But if you go to Janelle Summers, I mean, she's all about working out. She's all about fitness. She was in Shalene's video. That's her sister. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's going to depend on what your passion is. And you need to post what your passion is because that's going to be your target audience. Those are the people you want to connect with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kathleen.
Yeah.
It's Lauren. Hi.
Oh, hi. There you are. I was trying to find you. I found you.
So I would imagine, hitting Success Club every month is something that you do, and you're obviously bringing in challengers every month, and you keep your challenge groups small, correct?
Well, I try to.
Okay. So are you putting these, so say they've gone through one challenge group and they want to go into the next group. Are you creating a group to put everybody in like an umbrella that have already done a challenge group of yours, or are you letting them roll into the next one with you?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Does that make sense?
What's that?
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have both, and although I say I like my challenge group small, we don't have very many small ones. I'm gonna be honest with you because I'm almost always running them with another coach or two or whatever. So
Mhm.
I'm just saying that's just my own personal preference. And I have run very small groups, and I like those, but they're probably more like they probably are more about 20 people in a group. But anyway, I'm just saying don't be discouraged if you have a small number, I guess is my point, because some people like that. But anyway, so we have both. So some people roll into the next group. We have like an ongoing 21-day fixed repeaters group that has like, I think it has 100 people in there, and they're just people that bounce in and out when they're doing, and we actually try and encourage them to post. We like have them post something motivational on Monday, like that kind of a system for that particular group. I do have a general group that's for, anybody can go into it. And so, so it's a mix of all those things. I don't know that there's
Do you give them the same like one-on-one 24/7 support in the general group once they've done like multiple structured program or challenge groups that you've run?
No, we use that group just to kind of, catch people, maybe make them aware of something new that's coming up. Like I'm trying to get my blog up and going, so I throw some blog posts in there. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, if they're that into it, I got to tell you, then they should become coaches, and you know what I mean? If there's
Well,
somebody
some of them are, and they should be coaches, but then some of them are just like stragglers that they come in and out of challenge groups, or they've been in like 6 or 7 of my challenge groups, and I'm like, I feel like I'm giving them the same stuff, and I don't want them to, be bored or not find value in what I'm providing for them. But it kind of is like, okay, this is your 7th challenge group. Do you want to keep, and I just feel like, do you want to keep going, or do you want to just go in my general support group, but I'm not going to be as active? It's just kind of, that's a hard balance for me.
Are they still buying from you?
They're still getting Shakeology, yeah.
Oh, that's good at least.
Yeah, so it's just kind of I have a general support group for people that aren't not doing Shakeology. So maybe I'll start rolling repeat customers into there, I guess. I don't know. I was just curious how you did it.
Are they participating in the group?
No. Half of them, no. So, I think I might just move them over to the general group.
I think so. I'm on this another call when you get to be up in the whatever, star rank, whatever. Anyway, I'm on this other call with somebody from a totally different team. And they actually have a little policy that if they get to the end of the 30-day group and they want to keep going, they have to become a coach to keep going. And I was like, ooh, that's interesting.
Wow.
So, a discount coach, but in order to roll into the next group, they have to sign on for the discount. I'm like, oh, that's it. Anyway, so maybe give that some thought.
I was thinking maybe, if you didn't participate, you can't move on, but to have to become a coach, that's interesting.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but it's an idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Lauren, I'm just going to add to that. Erin actually gave me a really good idea of what she does, and it's working really well because I do not like having 4 and 5 challenge groups, and that's what I used to do all the time, and it was just like too much. So I have one challenge group every month, my 30-day, and then once they complete the 30-day, they go into my Fit Life Challenge. So everyone goes into that if they continue to use Shakeology. And it
versus having the Forever Fit just general support group.
The general support group that I don't go into is for people who do not use Shakeology.
Okay. Well, see, because I have one right now for people that aren't using Shakeology. So you have one that your challengers move into once they've completed a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. And you still check in daily with them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I check in twice a day with them.
Okay. That might be a good idea to do.
Because they're still investing. They're still using the Shakeology. But I don't want them to keep re-enrolling in another challenge group because they're going to get a lot of the same information.
That's what I'm worried about. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I might do that actually.
And in that group, like this week I'm making coach for a day. So they're all taking turns being a coach.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that we can give each other this feedback. Erin, what do you do when they stop their Shakeology? Ask them what's going on. Why are you stopping your Shakeology? No, I'm just kidding. Are you asking me or are you asking Kathleen? No. Is it in the in a regular challenge group? Yeah, Shakeology is required. I make them use Shakeology. Kathleen, do you guys do that?
Yes. I mean, if they're not doing Shakeology, I don't usually have them in challenge groups anymore. We have a group too that's like just a general, you don't have to have Shakeology kind of, that I don't check in very much in either anymore.
Because nobody ever said any, like no one ever checked in themselves.
That's because they don't invest. That's the problem.
It is
That's
a
why I
problem.
require it. Yeah.
They don't invest in the program. They don't invest in you as a coach. So why waste your time? That's just my opinion, because you spend so much time with them and they're unhappy because they're not getting results, but it's because they haven't committed.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's what I gained from my own experience with it. Nobody posted in the general group, but people post in the regular one. So.
Yep.
I do sometimes go back to those people and invite them to my free groups because I know there'll be ringers in the group and they'll participate.
Good idea.
So anyway, that's sometimes how I reach back out to them.
That's a good idea. Does anybody else have any questions?
It's Missy again. I actually do have a question.
Go ahead.
I didn't get on the video tonight. I got on just my phone because I was trying to put my daughter to bed at the same time, so I didn't take any notes. I can always get on and watch the video again, but I was wondering if there was going to be an outline of the posting, that like the posting outline that she talked about, if you were gonna like post that anywhere in the Forever Fit page.
Sure. Yeah, you can have whatever you want.
I was gonna say I do not have
That would be great. It would be. I mean, because I have a hard time sometimes crafting my posts, and that information was like great.
It was. And even if you go back through the video and you can pause it and, look at what her posts actually say, because the posts were really, really good. By the way, your son in that picture eating the snack, was an apple, was so adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay. Erica took a screenshot. That would be awesome if you want to share that in the team page. That would be really, really helpful.
I can just send you the slides too. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just a Google Doc slide thing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Very cool.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think we all appreciate it. It was great information, and I think we're going to definitely be utilizing this to continue growing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you make it through another week?
Yes. 2 weeks left, and it'll be official.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine.
It is so stressful, let me just tell you.
I can't imagine. I can only imagine.
You had to qualify for 5-star.
I know, and double that plus 2.
But we have an amazing team in there, kicking some major butts. So it helps to have an awesome team that is very supportive and helps too.
Yeah, I know. You guys are doing so great. It's so fun to watch.
It is. It's awesome. Cool. All right, guys. I'm going to let you guys go because it is almost 9:30 and I know we have kids and got to get ourselves to bed. So, Kathleen, again, thank you. Thank you so much. That was amazing. And
thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. And I hope you guys have a great night.